In contrast to that politeness, next we feature a brand of competition for those whose racing appetite is a bit on the sloppier side. Mud racing is definitely an acquired taste. And one of the key ingredients in this volatile mixture of speed and slime is nitrous oxide. This highly combustible gas is outlawed in most forms of racing, but in mud bogging, instant horsepower is created by just hitting a button. In a sport where the racing fire is fueled by laughing gas, you learn to scoff at danger. And that's especially true when you add the element of thrilling side-by-side competition to this potent mixture. It doubles the action.
Well, the dual pass gives the spectators a lot more to watch for, but it's a lot more dangerous for us drivers, and especially in the slicks shutdown areas. But that's just part of the game.
And while some drivers may not get too excited over all of this, mud racing's open, unlimited class is one of the most thrilling spectacles in all of motorsports. It's a no-holds-barred, free-for-all, a fan's delight for those with a sweet tooth for speed and an appetite for destruction. And for a real taste of this sport, let's go south of the Mason-Dixon line for some Southern fried mud racing. The outlaw image of Southern racing is perhaps best captured in some of the top names in mud racing from the South. JoJo Kenser, the self-proclaimed bad agent of this sport. His black '89 Corvette with a 610 cubic inch Chevy power plant has garnered this native of Woodstock, Georgia, a reputation for being one of the wildest runners in the game. And he's no ordinary Joe in the Pro Stock division either. JoJo's black Chevy Bad Influence has left its mark in this class. Jeremy Finley out of Boone's Mill, Virginia, had to clean up the name of his ride for television. So he took away a little fiberglass and his vehicle became the S-Kicker. Since then, a couple of letters is about the only thing this red Ford Coupe has lost. From Port Orange, Florida, Garland Walls in the 1990 nitrous-injected Chevy Blazer. He calls it the Gambler, and that's how we characterize his driving style. Sometimes you've got to know when to hold them. And know when to fold them. McDonough, Georgia's cigar-chomping Glenn Seabolt, the 1991 Open Class champion in legal speed. The veteran Seabolt has campaigned several cars in the mud circuit, but whatever the vehicle, you can always count on two Seabolt trademarks. One, his ever-present stogie, and two, a blown and alcohol-injected motor supplying the power. The feisty father and son team out of Grovetown, Georgia, Enos and Mike Thomas. Dad Enos in the heartbeat of America, a Corvette with a 615 cubic inch nitrous-injected Sonny's power plant. It's made Enos's heart skip a beat on occasion. Son Mike Thomas also shares Dad's competitive spirit, and in the Chevy-powered Murphy's Law, whatever can happen will happen when Mike's behind the wheel. For years, Gary Osteen out of Daytona Beach, Florida, ran one of the wilder cars on the circuit, a '56 Thunderbird. Always popular with the fans, this fiberglass replica was just a little too heavy for Osteen to be competitive. But the feathers have come off the bird, and now Gary shows he can fly with the bad boys with his latest creation, the Dirty Bird, a 572 cubic inch Ford-powered rail. Orlando, Florida's Mike Atkins in his rear-engine dragster called Stinger. Mike has made the successful transition from the two-wheel drive class, and now it's the Open Unlimited that feel his bite. Panama City, Florida's Bucky Dillard and his Jeep Prattler. The name kind of says it all on this run. Another fine set of the South from the Sunshine State, Gene Whitaker, Lake Placid, Florida, in one of the heavier vehicles on the circuit, a 64 El Camino called Showtime. Watch Gene put on a show. Mount Sterling, Kentucky's Jeff Ballard in the Fort Brothers Express. 510 cubic inches of Chevy power lets this Model T with the underslung chassis bring home the bacon. And from Gulfport, Mississippi, Larry D'Antoni in the Team Power Pro Coupe. A 500 cubic inch Keith Black Hemi provides the juice, and Larry D provides the thrills. Tampa's Tony Giannis in his 1931 Chevy Coupe Daydreamin'. But don't expect Giannis to be asleep at the wheel. And Jim Bodkins and his backyard-built Exciter out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is what can happen when you have too much horsepower for home-built axles. And here's a look again at what happens when you simply have too much horsepower, period.